Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I know that I just jumped on here preemptively. Or not preemptively, sorry. Just randomly jumped on here. But I wanted to say hi to everybody. Plus, Ginny and Alex are doing a live right now. And they have the comments turned off for any of you that are watching that live stream. The comments are turned off. And I have a lot to say about this situation. I've been holding it in, a lot of it in. However, I thought that I could just stream it right now and give you guys a space in which to express how you feel. Because one of the things that kind of hit me wrong that I heard was the reason why they have the comments turned off. Ginny says that she turned the comments off because she doesn't want any outside opinions, because it's a conversation between them two, but that they need to have it publicly. Hey, Anne. But that they need to have this conversation publicly. Hey, Melissa. And whatever they feel that they need to do, but I am of the opinion that if you need to have this conversation, but like you don't want to have anybody comment on it, I don't know, I kind of have a little issue with that. As everybody that's involved in that situation have really brought in the viewers and the subscribers. So I'm just going to give you a space here to make your comments about said stream if you have any comments to make about it. And I just got off of work. I was listening to it. So that's why this is like a random live, just kind of whenever I can do it. But I do have a lot to say, like I said, with the situation. So I'm hoping that next week I can get on here and tell you guys how I feel about that situation. Hi, Sarah, because there's a lot of things too that aren't being said. And that's just my opinion. We all have opinions. We know how that goes. Hello to everybody who is joining. Now, some of you may not know this whole situation. This situation involves a creator named Just Ann, Abadabs, myself, Ginny Lee, and Not Another Housewife. Give or take in different ways. So at this moment, like I said, I'm gonna make either a live or a video with my opinions on it. But I want this to be a place where you can watch it and then give your opinions, because I don't think it's right that you just don't get an opinion on it in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have just been a phone call between them privately, or it could have been a phone call that they recorded, but that's just my opinion about it. Okay, so we're going to screen share this, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on, but if you know the situation, giving you a place to speak your piece. Because like I said, all these people have involved a lot of the viewers. Even in their live, they're talking about a couple of viewers and subscribers. But these people don't have a space in which to react. And I just don't agree with that. So let's do that.
We talked about also.
I'm going to rewind it to the very beginning. And we're going to get through as
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ginny Lee, and if you are new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we are live, and I have a guest today, and this is
for some of you who don't know, like, kind of what's going on with the situation or whatever. I'm just going to give you kind of like a TLDR or whatever people say, right? So in the unboxing community, there is Not So Evil Stepmother. You'll see her there on the right. She now goes by Beauty is a Vibe. Then there is Just Ann. And then there is Abadabs. Okay. Then, of course, you guys know me. And probably know Jenny Lee and Not Another Housewife. Now, a few months ago, Just Ann and Abby decided that they weren't going to be friends anymore. And in the process, kind of dragged in a few people or whatever. And some other things happened, but just giving you like a little kind of what's going on, right? Well, then Jenny Lee and Abby from Abadabs became friends, which apparently they're no longer friends. And then Alex, who you see on the right, Beauty is a Vibe, also used to go by Not So Evil Stepmother. She had inserted herself in this situation, and she kind of had, I'm sure a lot of you saw my post that I made about her. She kind of has just been going through a lot or whatever, and she did that publicly. And it was very scary to watch. I'm still of the belief that she's going through that. BTU is going on right now, but they have their comments turned off in their chat. And I don't think that that's okay. That's my opinion. So we're going to watch it, or watch as many as I can here. And then, like I said, later on this week, I am going to either do a live or make a video about it, because there's a lot of stuff that's left out and it's really irking me. And, I've been like really quiet about the whole situation and just like watching everything that's going on. But yeah, so this is your space here, since the comments were turned off in chat, to say what you guys think about the situation, if anything that you want to say. And then B, I know you have a lot to say. Then I'm going to do a live, like how I normally do, with receipts and all of that stuff, later in the week. But I just don't think it's okay that they have their chat turned off whatsoever. That's just my opinion. And I'm going to move how I want to move, like everybody else does. So let's watch this together. If you want to comment, you are allowed to here.
This is Alex. Beauty is a Vibe. Not So Evil Stepmother. And I'm sure some of you may know that there has been a lot of talk about us, to us, between us. And before we get into all of that, I'm going to take a step back for a second. And I want to go back to the beginning. I feel like there's context needed still, because obviously my 2 lives are still there and they will continue to stay there, because I didn't lie about anything and I won't take them down. Anyone that feels
she's referring to lives that she did about Abby from Abadabs and Just Ann in that situation. I was of the opinion, just like her supposed best friend, Abby, was that she should take those lives down. In those lives, she talked about personal things that were happening in Abby's life that should not have been spoken about. And everybody was urging her to take down these lives, including myself. And she is still to this day saying that she's not going to take these lives down. But keep in mind, Abby was her best friend. Okay?
that I am lying or needs to know my side, I refer those people to those videos, because I'm not going to go over those things again, just like I'm not going to tonight. But what I will say is 6 months ago,
because
actually 7 months ago now, Abby and I and Ann were friends, but separately. Marissa was included. We were all kind of friends, but not together, all separately. We had a falling out. Ann continued to make indirect content about us, and I got over it and I made a video. Actually, I went live. My first live wasn't even actually fully about her. It was about a few people and just commentary, or just ignorance in general, we'll say. And then a lot more happened. A lot more continued. A lot more happened. At this time, Alex's, I think, first video may have came out. No, your first video didn't come out till after my second one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot going on, and I make my second live. And this time I have Marissa up because Marissa has been a part of it. She understands, she knows the ins and outs, or I thought, and what was going on.
And just so everybody knows, Marissa regrets going on that live because, according to Marissa, she didn't know that Jenny was going to bring up certain things about Abby, like this personal thing that happened to Abby. She said she didn't know that that was going to happen.
We discussed things that night, and I have apologized for what I regret, and I have made that myself very clear. I won't go there, and there's a video for that also because I can admit my mistakes and when I'm wrong. And then, we have everything else in the video besides a piece of it, and I don't really want to say it because I said.
Also, I want to say something that has really bothered me about this situation for the longest time that I have kept to myself, but I'm not going to keep it to myself anymore. Whenever Jenny Lee took it upon herself to do this live stream about what was happening between Abby and Just Ann because they decided not to be friends anymore or whatever, and Jenny Lee decided to talk about this personal stuff or whatever that was happening. Do you know that Dina Danzig reached out to Jenny Lee and they were talking about Abby and Ann and this whole situation? And Jenny Lee took it upon herself to give permission to Dina Danzig to make a video about Abby and Just Ann. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, Abby was asking everybody who is her friend, which is me and Ginny and Marissa, please don't talk about what happened to me because this is personal. It involves my family. And I don't want any of that like out there, like I'm trying to deal with this stuff. It was very serious stuff, right? And instead of going to Abby and asking her, befriending her, asking her what was going on or anything like that, decides to go to Jenny Lee. And Jenny Lee gives Dina Danzig the green light to make a video about Abby. And Abby is supposed to be Jenny Lee's best friend. I'm sorry, who does that? Who does that? You're not even going to go to the source and ask them how they feel about it. Jenny, you're not even going to tell Dina at the time that Abby didn't want people to talk about it so that it would just go away and she could move on. Right? No, that's not going to happen, right?
We're not going there. There was a piece of it that I wish that I wouldn't have spoke about Abby, and that's where I'm going to leave that. I did delete that part out of that.
She's talking about the what happened to Abby. If you know, you know, right? I'm not going to bring that shit up either. But several times in this live stream, these two allude to that. Don't even allude to it whatsoever. It was very hurtful to Abby what happened to her in this situation. So don't even allude to it. Don't bring it up. Don't do nothing like that. Because you're going to sit here, Jenny, and say that people won't let it go. And I agree that Ann cannot stop roundabout talking about stuff. But you also are not letting it go. Don't even allude to it.
Video because she asked me to, and she at that time had so many people talking about it. She just wanted it to go away, and I deleted it. Deleted that part of where I spoke.
Do you hear what she said? I deleted that part. Everybody was asking her to take down that stream because it was hurting her supposed best friend. Jenny went all over the internet talking about how Abby was her best friend. They met each other. She put pictures up how they met each other in Jersey or whatever, Atlantic City. That's your best friend. But she asked you to take that shit down, including me. I commented and said, I don't even know why this is still up. It's hurting Abby. Marissa told you the same thing. But what did you do? You refused to take it down because you wanted to fucking hurt Ann's feelings. That's my opinion. And then You say, oh, I'm just going to take out that one part. I'm going to go edit my live and take out that one part. She had a problem with the whole thing. What I know about Abby, what Abby told me, is that she didn't know that you were going to talk about your personal phone conversations or what happened to her. But you wanted to keep that whole live up there, right? You said you wanted people to stop talking about it, but you want to keep the whole thing up there. You're just going to take off that one part. Now, you guys tell me, if your best friend asks you to please remove a live because it's hurting me and it's not what I thought it was going to be, would you not do that? And still to this day, that live exists.
About it. Since then, Alex had made her video and she did try reaching out to me. And I did not want to have anything to do with Alex. I didn't want to speak to her. I didn't want.
Alex, if you don't know, is that lady sitting next to her, which is Beauty is a Vibe, who's going through a lot of shit. So I'm going to try not to be like too hard on her, but she inserted herself in this situation. It had nothing to do with Alex whatsoever. And Alex took it upon herself to be like, oh, I'm going to make videos about these two, and I'm going to try to fix the situation between these two. And what did it do? It made it worse. It made it worse. Alex went on her channel and made videos about this situation, telling other people not to make videos about this situation when people weren't making videos about the situation. Are you kidding me? These two women sitting up on this live right here involved themselves. People ask them over and over and over again to stop. But they're going to sit on a live and talk about how they want everyone else to stop.
I want to speak to Ann, and I just really honestly just wanted to be left alone. I just wanted to be done with everything that had happened over the last few months. So
then be done with it.
I stay quiet. I don't talk about it. I'm not making lives. I'm not making indirect content videos, making comments about being bullied. I'm not doing those things. Okay.
That's not true. Because when Alex had her very public breakdown a couple of weeks ago that many of us saw, you, Jenny, put up a live and you immediately wanted to talk about her, and so did Marissa. And then I put up a long community post saying that I don't think that we should be talking about Alex right now while she's dealing with her stuff. And you took that live down. As a matter of fact, I heard that Marissa had to go and talk to you and ask you not to do that live, but you were going to do it immediately about Alex. Immediately.
But every time it was mentioned, I knew. And immediately, because every time Ann discusses that she's been bullied from 6 months ago, you know, the whole 6 months ago, all of that she continues to discuss for no reason, because I thought we wanted to move on. But for some reason, that just keeps getting brought up. And okay, you know what? It's her channel. It's her shit to talk about. It is what it is. At this point, I don't even care.
Yes,
if she needs the content to talk about shit from 7 months ago, and wants to continue, that's on her.
So then let her do it. Why are you bothered?
So it continued. It all continued.
And like, don't get me wrong. I don't like just Ann. I do not like her. I used to like her, and then some other shit happened. I'm going to get into that into another video that I'm going to do next week, hopefully. But if it doesn't bother you, then like let her do it. But you wanted to drag Alex. You could not fucking stand Alex when Abby was your best friend. But recently, very recently, to my knowledge, in the most recent 2 weeks, you guys aren't besties anymore. And so now you're sitting on a panel with someone who has done nothing but drag her ass and insert herself into the situation. See, this is the kind of shit. This is why I stay away from YouTube, dude, because honestly, this is what people do. As soon as they're not friends with somebody, they will immediately go to the enemy. Immediately. It's so wild to me. All anybody had to do in this situation was not talk about it. And you know who I've seen talk about it? You, Jenny, and you, Alex. And of course, Anne, she does it indirectly, right? It's just you three.
The comments, the messages to me, the emails. At this point, I think I have over 320 on a hard drive of screenshots. That's insane. That's insane.
Okay, you have
Because I
over 300 screenshots on a hard drive and admit that that's really insane. But then also you're going to sit here and say, oh, well, just let her keep doing it. Just let her keep doing it. Just let Anne keep talking about it. Let all these people keep talking about it. It's not bothering me, which I know that's not true because I know that you were behind the scenes fuming talking to people about it. So that's not true. But you have a whole hard drive about this situation, right? Abby has been quiet as fuck, hasn't said anything about it. The truth is that you guys want her to get on her channel and tell people what happened. But at the same time, you're like, oh, I just want it to be quiet. I want it to go away. Which one do you want?
I spoke my opinion because I spoke my opinion. I think Anne's a bitch. I will never change how I feel. Those are my opinions. And
you know what, Jenny? Honestly, I have fucking had it with you. I have really, really had it with you. I have been really quiet about how I really feel about you. You can call other people a bitch. I don't like Anne either. But you have been all over the place. You have been in every comment section of all these people involved. You were in Alex's live streams when she was having a fucking mental breakdown and you were talking shit to her. I have all of those recorded. Doing a countdown. Do it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 in her fucking chat. You said that she was a fucking weirdo and a psycho because she held up some leggings that she saw that you owned and she also owned. But now you're not friends with Abby. And so you're going to sit on here and talk to Alex about it. Right. Well, where's Abby and where's Alex? And why aren't they invited to this live stream? Why aren't they invited there too? If this is a conversation that needs to happen publicly, why isn't everybody there? Because all I've seen you do, Jenny, is people to ask you to stop being involved in this situation, ask you to stop. And you haven't. And the other person who inserted themselves is sitting right next to you on this panel.
I'm allowed to have them, just like she can have them about me. I don't care. Call me what you want. But I have the balls to come here and say it. I'm not going to go behind the scenes. I'm not going to.
But you don't have the balls to have your your chat, your live chat on. After all of these viewers and subscribers have been dragged into this shit, you don't have that on, do you? You don't have the balls to have that on, do you? Why? This is a private conversation that you want to have with Alex, but you want to have it publicly. To me, you have an agenda. Now, like I said, I don't like Anne, but I think that every move you have made involving Abby was to piss Anne off. That's my opinion. And I'm not alone.
I'm going to tell other people, if you want to talk, let's do this. So here we are. Everyone has asked for this conversation, and I continue to decline until it continued to.
Wait. You're telling me everybody has asked you for this conversation and you continue to decline? Literally 0 people are asking you for this conversation. As a matter of fact, this whole community stepped away from Alex when she had a fucking public mental breakdown, except for 2 of you that made videos, which I find in super poor taste. I didn't see anybody ask you for these videos. Nobody asked you for these videos or this conversation. Nobody did. That's a fucking lie. People asked you to not talk about it.
To be talked about. And then in this time, Alex is now involved because Alex, being the person that she was, I guess, decided to go to
Because Alex involved herself. That's why. Alex involved herself. Alex decided to reach out to Ann and reach out to Abby. And Ann, I see you in chat, but I have issues with you too. You decided to befriend Alex out of nowhere. And you can say that it's all kumbaya and shit. I don't believe you, dude. That's not my opinion. And then you started promoting Alex's channel, and Alex started promoting your channel. And before you knew it, Alex is turned against Abby, and you two were cool with each other. But as we know, that kind of shit doesn't last. Those friendships don't last because they're not real. None of this shit is real friendship. None of it.
Ann when Alex and Abby had their fallout. As good people do, whatever. That's, that's their thing. And I'm going to let her get into that. I'm not going to tell her story, but I'm telling mine from where I
that's fine.
was involved with it and what I saw.
Tell her story. You're not going to tell Alex's story, but you wanted to. You put up a live immediately when Alex had a fucking mental breakdown. I'm sorry. I'm so pissed off. Had a public mental breakdown, and then I put my community tab post up, and Marissa had to go and ask you not to make a video about Alex, right? Because she was going through shit, and that was the right thing to do. And you took that down. So don't sit here and act like you didn't want to go and fucking drag her immediately. Because you did. In her illness, you did.
I see that Alex and Ann are now talking.
And you can't stand it. Is that why you're not friends with Abby anymore, Ginny? Because she's talking to Ann again?
And now Alex is making videos. And at this point in time, I'm like, what is happening? Where are we going with this? Why? Why are we here again? It's been like 3 months. And then it's like, okay, well, it's been 4. Why? Like every freaking 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's discussed. And
no, Ann, you don't have to leave. Nobody has to leave here. I'm just giving my opinion. And I've been watching this whole fucking thing, and I'm tired of it. I am so tired. These two people sitting on this panel right now are going to talk about the fakeness and all that shit. These two are fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. And I have had enough of it. So Ginny wants to sit on panel and act like she's hashing it out, but she's hashing it out with one person that she couldn't fucking stand until very recently. As of what, last week? Where are the other two people involved? You don't need to hash it. Let's not forget here that two friends, Ann and Abby, were the ones who fell out and weren't friends anymore, right? But you two are talking about it. Why is that? Also, can I tell you guys something? I'm going to show this in a video that I'm going to do. But, Ann, were you aware that Alex reached out to me in a DM, and she says, after she inserted herself in this fucking situation, she says to me, hey, I'm just reaching out to you. I would like to know what your feelings are on the Ann and Abby situation. And you know what I said to her? I told her the people that are involved in it, meaning you and Abby, know how I feel about them and know how I feel about this situation. And you know what Alex did? Alex went the fuck off on me. Went off on me because she didn't get what she wanted. Because I, unlike a lot of people in this situation, wasn't going to give her the time of day. Because why? It doesn't have anything to do with Alex. It has nothing to do with her. And she went the fuck off on me. But here Ginny is giving her the time of day. And it has nothing to do with them. Nothing.
still to this day, it's discussed. And we'll get into more about that, about how I was told that that's supposed to be okay and I should just suck that shit up. But we'll get there.
Then you should just suck what up? What?
Hold
on.
Still to this day, It's discussed. And we'll get into more about that, about how I was told that that's supposed to be okay and I should just suck that shit.
It's not that it's okay, Jenny, but sometimes, like, you're going to sit here and pretend like you are this way, but you're not. And I am, because I wrote on a community post, don't fucking talk about Alex, move on. Just move on from this situation. And Jenny, I commented under your live and said, I don't even know why this live stream is still up. And I don't even know why Alex is involving herself. I said that to you guys. It's not that it's okay. It's just sometimes in life, you have to just mind your fucking business and move on. Just move on. In my opinion, Jenny, you made your supposed best friend's situation content. That's what you did. That's what you did. And she feels that way too.
Shut up. But we'll get there. It continued, and cancel. I almost sent an emergency call on my watch. I'm sorry. Let me set it down. It continued, and speaking about it continued, talking about it with others continued. It all continued. Just like it.
Talking about it with others continued. Yeah, because I know for a fact, Jenny, that you were behind the scenes blowing up fucking Abby's phone. Even Abby told me she would wake up in the morning and just have raging texts from you about it. Do not sit here and pretend that you wanted this to really go away and you wanted nothing to do with it. You've been itching to make fucking lives about it, and I will not believe otherwise.
It just hasn't stopped, okay? And
here we are talking about it. Here we're talking about it. You are part of it not stopping.
Then we get into this situation where we have now Alex and Ann are friends, but now we're watching Alex have somewhat of what I'm watching as that. Now, mind you, this is me. This is me looking at all of this, my point of view, no one else's. I'm watching this, and I'm watching Alex have a breakdown. I'm watching it. I see it. And I'm worried. We are all worried. I think
I don't think that you were, this is my opinion, I don't think that you were worried, Jenny, by all the screenshots that I'm going to show next week, that you were truly worried about it, because you were ready to pop the fuck off. Like I said, someone had to ask you to remove your life about Alex. Right, Jenny? You were in that stream, in that chat, in my opinion, antagonizing her. To the point I even agreed with fucking Tira. When Tira was like, this should stop. This should not be public. But you didn't. You didn't. You were ready to fucking go in on Alex. You could not step back, because Jenny, something I've recognized about you, it's all about you. Everything's all about you all the time. All about you. You didn't go through anything. Or you were upset because Ann decided to like be fucking shady or whatever, which I agree with. Sorry, Ann, I do. But like, did she do anything dramatic to you? Fuck no. What happened to you? Who did what to you? You're upset because you clinged to Abby and you kept publicly calling her your best friend, which she was telling everybody she was uncomfortable with. Cling to her, cling to her, cling to her, cling to her. You kept talking about it and talking about it. It's bullshit.
A good enough bit to believe that we were all concerned. And I know that she knows we were concerned also. And she will discuss that also.
That is bullshit. The only person that I have seen show true fucking concern to Alex publicly in a video, I'm talking about creators, not viewers, was me. That's the only person.
So, that happens, and it's continuing. Like it doesn't stop. There's still stuff being said. They're still talking about 6 months ago. And at this time,
so are you.
I am watching 2 women, okay? Some of you are not going to like what I have to say, and I don't really care.
Well, that's why
I watched two grown-ass fucking women have nervous breakdowns over the same fucking person. And that was wild to me. So when Alex had her situation, I let things calm down. I did not contact any.
Because BTU, now that Ginny and Abby are no longer friends, okay, she's had a conversation. By the way, I didn't see this on Alex's channel, but I'm going to show it in my receipts too. Alex now has a TikTok in which she has been talking about this on TikTok here and there. And she made a TikTok talking about how she had a conversation with Ginny and how the only person that reached out to her was Ginny. Well, good for like you reaching out or whatever, Ginny, but that's not how it happened. You immediately wanted to do a live about her. Here it is again. You need to know when to step the fuck back. But no, you're going to sit here now and make Alex look like she didn't do anything wrong. And I have a lot of empathy for what Alex is going through, but she did a lot of wrong. So for you, Ginny, to choose Alex as the person to have a public conversation with about this is absolute bullshit.
Anyone at this point. I have stopped speaking to everyone, including Abby, including Marissa. I don't want to speak to anyone at this point. I don't trust anyone.
Well, they, from what I know, don't want to speak to you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ginny, but I heard that Abby told you she didn't want to be friends with you anymore.
Everyone's a snake to me right now, okay?
Including you, dude. In my opinion, you're only doing this to stick it to fucking Ann and Abby. You have ulterior motives by doing this.
And at this point, I'm like, I want nothing to do with any of these people. There's way too much being said.
But here you are having to do with someone that was not involved in the situation, who inserted herself in the situation and said a lot of terrible fucking shit about people, including myself.
Talking to Abby now. This is deja vu with them. Okay. This is a sick, twisted shit that they.
I agree, B. The fact, and this is my opinion too, the fact that Ginny has, hi Andorra, the fact that Ginny has Alex on her panel right now, when it is very clear that Alex is still not in a healthy place. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, whatever, but I've been checking in on Alex. She ain't in a healthy place. And I think a lot of people in this community see that. And the fact that you're having her on a panel with your live chat turned off. And by the way, Ginny, if you come in this live, you will be fucking blocked, and you're going to know how it feels to not be able to talk about it. But you have Alex on here who is still not in a good mental place, trying to what? Hash it out about a situation that didn't have anything to fucking do with you? I think that's real shitty, dude, that you're having a person on your panel that is still dealing with whatever they're dealing with to try to sway things in your direction. That is so fucking clear to me.
Play, and I want nothing of it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that each person is more at fault than the other. I think it's equal. I think they hurt people. They have been hurt. They have hurt many people, and no accountability has been had. Okay. I can admit when I was wrong. Okay. Can anybody else stand on their platform and say,
Ginny, if you could admit when you're wrong, do you admit that it was wrong to talk on the side to Dina Danzig and give Dina Danzig the go-ahead to make a video about this situation when Abby was dealing with real life shit with her family because of said situation? Do you admit you were wrong in that? Do you admit that you were wrong when Abby, your supposed best friend, was asking you to take down this live so she could just fucking move on? You're going to admit that? Were you going to admit that you were wrong when you were in Alex's chat when she was having a fucking mental breakdown and you're antagonizing her? You're going to admit that? What are you admitting? What are you taking accountability for? And everybody knows that I hate that shit. I cannot stand when people act like they're taking accountability for shit they're not taking accountability for. In my opinion, Jenny, all you have done is act like a victim. You've acted like a victim. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like Alex didn't say some rude shit about you because she did. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I think Anne should keep talking about it, because I don't. I think Anne should stop too. But you did a lot of wrong in this situation. Matter of fact, I was telling Abby the whole time not to fucking talk to you anymore. I unfollowed your ass a long time ago. You even noticed one time you came into my live chat and I didn't even acknowledge you. That's why. It feels to me that you're always acting like just people are just like coming at you so hard, dude. And for me, a person who has been through a lot of shit with people on the internet, I just really don't see it. I just really don't see it. What did you go through? Some friendship breakups? Is that what you went through? Let us know.
They'd indirectly talk shit about me? No, I haven't talked indirectly shit about anyone. I will say your name. So, a little
funny you say that you would say their name, but you're going to go on in this live to talk about a subscriber. I know who you're talking about. And you're not going to say their name, Jenny.
Look further. All of this goes down, and I stop speaking to everyone, and I'm just watching at this point. I'm watching what everyone does. I'm watching what everyone.
Not stop speaking to anybody. That's a fucking lie. Now, I never talked to Jenny on the side, not once. When this thing with Abby happened, I sent her one message on WhatsApp being like, yeah, we're not going to talk about this. And Jenny never read it and never responded. It's the only thing I've ever talked to her on the side about. But Jenny, I have seen you everywhere. Everywhere talking about it. And all the people that you talk to behind the scenes, I know what you said.
Says what's going on, and I'm just staying low. I'm just doing my own little thing.
No,
and it compelled me to need to reach out to Alex.
It compelled her.
I was concerned.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Abby decides that y'all aren't friends anymore, and then you were compelled to reach out to Alex. That's fucking convenient.
Seeing how hurt and broken and distraught and all of the things that she was. And I would never in my heart.
And I'm going to say too, but also, like, again, I know that Alex is just not well right now. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. But even I wrote on Alex's stuff being like, I wish you the best, you know, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to your therapist. You know, that's what I said to her. And you know what I got? I got fucking shit from Alex for that. Really showing her grace. And I got shit for that. But Jenny, in my opinion, that's not what you did. Like I said before, you wanted to do a live about her immediately. You had to be talked out of said live, which wasn't the fucking first time since you've been on YouTube. You wanted to do that. So I guess my question is, when was the moment, Jenny, that you knew that Alex was really going through shit and that you shouldn't make a live, you shouldn't do anything or antagonize her? When was that? Was it when Abby wasn't your friend anymore?
Or be able to sleep at night thinking that I caused.
I have all the screenshots of you in those comment sections and you in that fucking chat.
Been one fucking ounce of that. So I let things die down. And I contacted Alex by message and I said,
letting things die down would have been to leave Alex the fuck alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Do you think it's helpful for someone who is not, clearly not, in a good mental situation to reach out to her and get her to come on a live stream with you and act like you are the only one who reached out to her and cares about her situation? That is fucking bullshit.
Ed, I just wanted to check on you. I'm sorry. I don't know what you've heard about me or what you think about me, but I'm not that. And I just wanted to let you know that regardless of what's happening, I don't hate you and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And that was like a week ago, I guess, about at this point, right, Alex? It's about a week now. We've been like kind of chatting.
Oh, that lines up. About a week? Has it been about a week since Abby told you she didn't want to be your friend?
So we've been chatting for about a week and a half or so, just kind of small talk because I also felt like it was important that we kind of had some kind of small talk before we.
See, the thing is, too, that I fucking hate that people on YouTube do. If you really wanted to have this conversation with Alex, right, and you felt compelled in your words to have a conversation with this woman and wanted to squash it, fine. Why is this public? Why is this public then? With the comments and the chat turned off. Why? Because, in my opinion, if you really cared about this woman, you wouldn't drag her back onto your channel, not her channel where it all happened, right? Her breakdown happened on her channel. But no, you want to ask her, reach out to her to come on your channel to talk to you about what happened when she's still not in a good space. How the fuck does that make sense? You couldn't just talk to her privately and be like, Alex, look, I want to squash this shit. I'm sorry you're going through some things and we're just going to let it go. Or whatever you need to say to her. Whatever you feel compelled to say to her, right? No, you want to take her, a mentally ill woman, clearly, back onto your channel and have a public conversation. Interesting.
We get up here and we just jump into deep things. I didn't want it to be awkward. I also have chat turned off, and that's because this isn't really for anyone but us. This is a conversation that we both feel we need to have here publicly because guess what? Our names have been dragged through.
So you have chat turned off because this is a conversation that you two needed to have. Well, that sounds private to me, but publicly. How does that make sense? Because, Jenny, you think that you're only clearing your fucking name. That's why. And that's fucked up. This woman is unwell.
The freaking mud. Mine has. I know that for a fact. And we're going to get to that. Before me and Alex get to talking, I just want to get this out of the way. And then I
would like to know, how many of you guys watching this, even if people that have seen it that are not in the chat, you can comment under this video. How many have seen Jenny's name dragged through the mud? I'm curious. I'd like to know that.
I am going to speak to Alex and then I really don't. It is Friday night. My husband's on his way to pick up my daughter, okay, from her football game. And as much as I used to laugh at this whole situation, I don't laugh anymore because quite honestly, it's not funny.
It never was funny. And I don't recall a time where you laughed at the situation. I recall you doing live streams in which you were the victim.
Sick. It's scary to know the things that have been done in the past between each other and two others. It's awful. It's awful. That is some of the most awful stuff I've ever heard people do to others. And I involved myself. What I will say,
Hey, Elle, I know a lot of people don't really know about this situation. I just saw this live stream when I got off of work. I'm just so fucking heated clearly about this situation. But I'm going to do, like I said, a video or whatever explaining the situation a little bit better. The reason why I did this right now, where we're watching this live stream that I don't even know if they're still live or whatever, was because they turned off live chat. And I felt like people that they have involved should have a space to speak their mind, especially people without channels, because that is absolute bullshit.
I will never let my family be victim to anyone on the internet by being friends with anyone.
You know what's so funny too? She speaks about her family being victim of shit. Whenever the bad thing happened to Abby and her family because of this internet stupid shit between her and Anne, Ginny gets on a live stream and she talks about how she's reached out to her lawyer and the police and all of these other people, letting them know just in case anything happens to them that this is what's going on. When she wasn't even supposed to be involved.
By being on the internet or by making content that others just may not like. To sit here on a Friday night and have to do this, it is pretty fucking important to me.
You don't have to do anything. You have a mentally unwell woman on your fucking panel on a Friday night. You couldn't find anything else to do? That's what really pisses me off about this situation. Not the fact that I personally know a lot more about this situation than they're going to talk about, but the fact that you have her on here and she's still not well. She's still sitting on her fucking TikTok talking about people are turtles and wolves and rabbits and shit. But you drag her on your panel and you befriend her. That is some snake shit. Because you have to talk about, God damn it, that pisses me off. You're exploiting Alex right now, and I don't even fucking like her, and she did a lot of bad shit. You're exploiting her.
This is not funny, and this is not a joke anymore. People are being hurt. People are being hurt. Like to the point of like doctors, like emergency services over internet trolling, bullying.
Alex needed emergency services. She needed that. She needed that.
Hating and just being so goddamn ugly that it is unfucking real anymore at the age.
You have been fucking ugly to people too.
Of the women that we are. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I want to go ahead while I pull this up.
Say something real fast. I don't want to put what happened to me on the internet, what happened, which
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you don't want to put what happened to you on the internet, and I agree with that, but you put what happened to Abby on the internet, didn't you, Alex? That didn't involve you. And you, Ginny, you put on the internet something that happened to Abby that didn't involve you, didn't you?
We'll get into it here in a minute, but I don't want to put it on just Ann and Abby because by no means, in no way, shape, or form.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
Had to do with them. It was a culmination of a lot of things.
Right.
Which we'll talk about here in a second, but I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, let me say that because I don't want that to be taken the wrong way. I don't think that Alex or Abby complete breakdown were because of Anne. No, I don't. But do I think that was a big trigger? I do. I do think that caused a lot of unneeded emotions and unnecessary drama that just isn't necessary. The amount of drama that I've heard from this one woman is just insane to me. I want to read this. Actually, let me just go to the actual post. I am not going to say who this person is. I'm sure this person is going to know who she is, but she's not special enough to hear her name come out my mouth.
Oh, here we go. Jenny,
But I will say this.
I thought you had the balls to say people's name, but she's just not special enough to have her name coming out of your mouth. Her name's Jody. That's her fucking name. I know who you're talking about. Her name's Jody. She's a viewer.
This is what continues to happen, okay? These are the conversations that continue by Ann and her stans, friends, whatever you call them. Okay, so instead of people coming to me and directly asking me anything, this person decided to run over to, oh God, no way, it's deleted.
You see my face. I just got off work. I look like shit. Anyways, the reason why, Jenny, that people didn't come to you about something is because it's not about you. It's not about you.
It's fine. I have the fucking screenshots.
I was gonna say,
Loser. Oh my God, you bitches are something. Claim what you say. Own that shit, bitch. Own it. Oh my God, you.
Well, that's interesting because whenever you did that live stream that everybody wanted you to take down, Jenny, here comes Alex underneath your comment section, inserting herself. And then I comment right underneath it. I will show screenshots in the future. And I say, I don't know why this live stream is up or why Alex is inserting herself. And guess what? That comment was removed. Alex removed her comment. So why don't you tell Alex, who's sitting right there, that she also removed comments that she fucking made too?
You guys are. I'm starting to like. This is like what I
Do you
said.
see why I want shirts made that say "Own your shit"?
This is
okay. Then if you want to, I have shirts made saying "Own your shit." Okay, fine. Well, then you sit up here and own about how you both inserted yourselves in this shit. How you got on your channels, especially you, Alex, and talked a bunch of fucking lies about people, including me. I still don't have apology for that whatsoever. So why don't you own your shit? But you're not in the place to be owning your shit, which I understand why Jenny shouldn't even have you on this fucking live stream. Oh, here's Jody. I know. I read the whole thing. I took screenshots of the whole damn thing. But for her to sit up here and be like, because you're not worth me saying your name, that is such fucking princess bullshit. You want to sit up here and have this very public conversation that should be private, but there are some things that you're just going to omit. Well, I'm not going to allow you to do that.
why I said to her when I responded, this is why my face is getting hot. And let me explain why. And this fucking right here is why. If you can't own what you say, you are not the grown ass woman you said you were in that fucking message. You're a little ass girl that talks shit and runs, deletes stuff, runs around, and continues the same drama. At 50, what did you say you were? 58? You must be.
What did you say where you were, Jenny? In your 40s, right? You're in your 40s, right, Jenny? You want to talk about other people's age and how they should own their shit and shouldn't be saying stuff at their age. But here you are perpetuating the situation that you want to stop. How does that make sense? I don't understand how that makes sense whatsoever. All I have seen you do, Jenny, since the moment you got on YouTube is insert yourself. I could give you plenty of examples of that. You want to step into the ring, Jenny? That's what you want to do? Here's the ring.
Be real fucking proud of yourself, bozo.
Why is she a bozo? Why is she a bozo? I've seen Jody's comments. No, I'm not dropping you a link, Jenny, because you didn't give other people time to talk. You don't have no time to talk here. Go to your channel and talk about how I'm perpetuating this shit. You go to your channel. I have had it with you. You have a mentally unwell woman on your fucking panel talking about you want this shit to stop, but you keep talking about it and you antagonized her. I saw you do it. Excuse yourself, Jenny. Go on your channel and do a live and we can go back and forth with each other.
Ooh,
Oh, but while you're here, Jenny, one thing you can answer for me. Why did you think that it was okay to give Dina Danzig the go-ahead to make a video about Abby, about what happened to her? You thought that that was okay in your position to do? You can LOL all you want to, Jenny. Goodbye. See you. You know I got that proofs, girl. You know I got it. Jenny, all you want to do is be a victim at any moment. That's all you want to do. And like I said, there's some things that you're not wrong about. But you couldn't stop. I don't believe Dina. Girl, please. Since when did I ever believe Dina about shit? Did I talk to you? Do I talk to Dina? No. Goodbye, Jenny. You don't have, you're not blocked. You're not going to give people room to speak. They can speak here. I'm tired of your shit, dude. I am so tired. I have kept this in for a long time, but I'm over it. Because all you do, Jenny, is you sit around and you talk about how people are too old to be doing what they're doing and you're so above this shit, but you do it too. I see you in people's fucking comments and chats talking shit about people all the time. Any chance you fucking get, dude. You are no different and no better than anybody else. You have a woman up here that is going through shit. That is so unethical. That is so unethical. So Jenny, you go on your channel and you do a live stream where you talk about me and how you're just above it. You go do that. And you and I can go back and forth. You know I got the energy.
On this phone.
while she's looking for that, I will say this. One of the reasons why I wanted to hop on here, and one of the reasons why I just want everybody to understand why I agreed to do this live, is because ever since, and when I call it a snap. Ever since I had my snap, and that's really what my doctors, everybody called it.
So here is Alex admitting. She calls it a snap, but she's admitting that she had a breakdown. This was 2 weeks ago. She's still fucking going through it. But Jenny, you want to drag her into the drama. What? Because you guys made peace and you talked on the phone? Unethical.
It's literally like something clicking, bam, and all of a sudden you're awake and you're very aware of your surroundings and who people are, what their true intentions are. Like, I'm sure you guys have noticed when you comment to me, I'm not the same person. I'm not that Alex that I was a few months ago. And I will not ever be that person again. I want you to understand that, because
And that's okay. And that's okay.
I don't want to be walked on. I don't want to be used. You know.
Again, I know Alex is still going through some stuff, but none of us want to be walked on or be used. I was certainly walked on by you, Alex, for sure. Several people were.
I have had for 38 years my kindness taken advantage of. And after 38 years of that, what led to my snap essentially was number one.
Oh no, Ann, I blocked her. She don't have room to talk here. She didn't give anybody else space to talk. So then she doesn't have space to talk here. She can go on her channel and do a live stream and talk about how she's so unbothered or whatever her fucking opinions are. I'm giving my opinion. This is my opinion. You didn't let nobody talk on your channel. Well, I have a channel. I have a platform. So that's what I'm doing here. And Jenny, keep in mind, you said that so many people are going to be upset with what you say, but you don't give a shit. That's what you said, right? Same.
I was on the wrong medication. I was on Zoloft, and I had no business being on that because I was not depressed. I was not anxious. I thought I was, but come to find out, no, I'm just riddled with ADHD. And that's why my son is also a neurodivergent, because his dad and I both are ADHD. And
even though, and like, I want to reiterate too, how like, I have a lot of stuff to say about Alex that I have never said or whatever, but I still understand that she is clearly going through something and that is not okay to do. But Jenny just couldn't wait. She just couldn't wait. And she found a way. Again, I just think that is so unethical. This woman had and is still having a fucking breakdown. Why are you bringing her on? Why? Why couldn't you talk to her privately?
had we known that, had I not been lied to my entire life by a terrible person, we could have done something to possibly prevent that. And having to swallow that is a hard pill. You know, having to let that go is a hard pill to do.
Oh, just so everybody's aware, if some of the people that don't know the whole story, this subscriber, B2U, she's been around for a very long time. And Alex thinks that B2U is her husband's ex partner who has infiltrated our community and is doing all of this stuff to get back to her. Well, that's not true. B2U is just a regular person, not her husband's ex whatsoever. But Alex still believes that, even though B2U proved that it wasn't her, okay? And she did that in a very caring manner. This is just one thing that proves that Alex is still, she's just going through things, okay? It's not okay to take someone who's not in a great place and put them on a live stream and act like you fucking care about them. How is that okay? Can anyone tell me how that's okay? It's not okay. She's not out of the woods, okay? But you did, Jenny. You took her and you put her on your channel to talk about this fucking bullshit that nobody's talking about anymore. Nobody's talking about it whatsoever. Fucking Abby's left YouTube. She's not on fucking YouTube. My God. Nobody's talking about this. The people who have been commenting under Alex's videos are concerned about her. But you care, Jenny, you care more about yourself. I have had that. I'm just done with that shit. That's not okay.
Those of you guys out there, I know if any of my subscribers are on here, they know, because I went through a really hard time getting Liam diagnosed and finding out what was going on with him. And not only that, but also once we did get the diagnosis, it was a hard pill for me to swallow. I thought my life was over because I was not educated properly. I didn't know what a
And like,
neurodivergent.
let's keep in mind, like I know I keep saying it, but this shit is serious, dude. It's not just like our normal drama we talk about or what the fuck ever, okay? This woman, Alex, is going through some shit. Okay? She's not a pawn. Hey, love, good to see you. She's not a pawn in your game. This whole live stream didn't even need to happen. You, Jenny, even teased about it on your community tab. You even teased, you put a teaser up about it. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You only care about yourself.
It was. I didn't know what it meant for me. I thought my life was going to be over. I thought I was
Even
going
in,
to take
even in that live stream that you did that was supposedly about Abby, dude, you just talked about yourself over and over and over again. Me, 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 me.
care of my son for the rest of my life. And when I tell you guys now that I've had this snap, now that I'm awake, now that I'm aware of everything, I can protect my son so much more today.
Alex is not awake and aware of everything. If she were, she would have done a live stream or a video talking about what happened to her on her own terms and her own channel. She would have been apologizing to many people on her own volition, not on your fucking rinky dink channel, not on my fucking rinky dink channel, not on any of our channels, on her own. Alex is a very strong woman. Okay. She's not an idiot. She's just going through some stuff. And if she was clear-headed, she would have done a video about it. But no, you coerced her into this shit.
Than I could 2-3 months ago. And not just my son, my family. You know, I can see people like through your comments. I can literally show you how your comment, how you word your comment, how it's a manipulation tactic. And I'll give you a very good example here. Abby, okay,
even people like Melissa can tell you, she even commented on Jenny's stuff and she was like, dude, I don't think that this is the right move. It's just not the right move. You want to talk about people's age and that we're all grown and shit, Jenny? Like, when are you going to be like not self-serving and be in yourself and be like, okay, the best thing for me to do is to just not talk about this shit, let Alex get better, and then talk about it. I'm not saying that you should be silenced. I don't think anybody should be silenced, but you could have taken time and just let her heal.
never asked her, nobody asked her to quit the internet. Nobody asked her to quit YouTube. Nobody.
I'm not.
It's not about asking Abby to quit the internet. She feels so uncomfortable that she doesn't want to be involved in this shit publicly because something very serious happened to her family. What don't you fucking get? So she stepped back. That's what she should be doing. Unlike you two who are not stepping back. Fall all the way back.
Not happy about that either. I'm really sad about that.
Yes.
I'm not happy about that.
Because we both have talked to Abby. We know what it means to Abadabs, okay, to be on the internet, to be on YouTube, okay? We know what that does, not just for her, what it does for us.
Exactly. She loves it. And time after time after time after time after time, she has asked you not to talk about this. You keep doing it. Why can't you just say, okay, fine, we're just not going to talk about this. We're just not going to do it. Why can't you do that? And another thing too, Marissa was going to make a video about this stuff and she put it up. And guess what happened? Alex very aggressively contacted Abby, scared the shit out of Abby so that Abby would go and fucking tell Marissa to take the video down. That's what happened to Marissa's video. Let's just be honest. That's what happened. Alex did that. So Alex silenced Marissa, but these two are fucking sitting on here acting like they're silenced. What? Unbelievable.
We know the release, the ability that it gives us.
Hey, Belinda.
You know what I'm saying?
Belinda.
But the fact of the matter is,
Lene.
you know, nobody asked her to quit. Nobody is getting on here to bash her. As a matter of fact, I have a letter that I wrote to both Ann and Abby at the end of the.
The thing is, like, it's not about bashing her, even though you have bashed her. Absolutely, you have. Okay. She just wants you to not talk about it. For months, Abby has told everyone, please stop, please, please, please. But here we are.
That I want to read to them, because I don't have any ill will towards any of them. I really don't. I just want them to just
I don't
exactly
believe
what
that.
I told them a couple months ago when all this was going on, and I was trying to get them to just let shit go and just keep the peace. And I was trying to create a truce between them. Now I know you're probably looking at me like, well, Alex,
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. So we have these two people, Ann and Abby, who had a public falling out of their friendship, right? Had nothing to do with these two people that we're watching right now. And then Alex takes it upon herself to say that she's going to keep the peace. She just wants to keep the peace. And so she reaches out to both of them and she says, you guys should not fight. Don't fight. Don't do any of that. Keep the peace. Okay. But then she goes and makes 2 videos about them. Meanwhile, Abby hasn't said a fucking word about it publicly. Now, is that keeping the peace? I ask you, is that keeping the peace? No. You look like a shit stirrer. Get real. And then in the meantime, privately, Alex, you're messaging everybody, including myself. And when I didn't give you what you wanted and I fucking said I basically wasn't going to talk about this with you, you lost your mind to me. Lost your mind. Cuss me the fuck out, call me all kinds of names, when I have only ever got on this platform and defended you. That was my very first video, was defending you. But you want to keep the peace? Get out of here.
I read that message that you sent, and yeah, you did. Yes, you did. And yes,
Well,
I
okay, before we get to that far, let's backtrack a little bit. I wanted to ask you, when this all first transpired and like you kind of like got with Ann and all of that and you made your video, like what made you decide to like pull the trigger and feel it was necessary to make the video?
Now, I think this is a very important question.
I'm going to be honest, because I knew at that point I had I don't know if you know this, but I wasn't just talking to Ann. I was talking to Abby and Ann. I was talking to both of them.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew you talked.
That is true, because she inserted herself. Make no mistake, Alex, Beauty as a Vibe, she's not friends with Abby and she's not friends with Ann. They can pretend that they are when they switch back and forth and shit. They're not friends. It's not real. It's not real. It's YouTube fuckery is what it is. So Alex decided to take it upon herself and reach out to Ann and reach out to Abby and make the situation worse. That's what happened.
Talk to Abby. No, I know you had brief conversations with Abby. Like I know that she didn't lie to me about that. She's been very honest to me when she speaks to you guys, and it's not a big deal if she's a grown ass woman, you know.
Yeah, and I don't care, you know, it's as long as she has been honest about it. That's all that really matters to me. But and they were.
That's bullshit. Look at Jenny's face. She was so annoyed. I know, because Abby told me. She was so annoyed that she was talking to Alex. Even, I'll be honest, I thought that shit was weird too. But she was so fucking annoyed. So don't sit on your fucking channel and be like, that's okay. She's a grown woman. She can do that. That's bullshit. You had a problem with it. You had an absolute problem with it.
Great conversations. And the conversations even that I had with Ann were great. And here's the thing. That's, if you go back and you watch that video and you really listen to it with an unbiased point of view, and I ask everybody to please do that. The video's still up. I've never taken it down. Go watch it. And you will see somebody, I was just tiptoeing around trying to be a very neutral, unbiased party
No, you
and
weren't.
just say, hey, listen, this
No, you weren't. No, you were not. Because when Abby didn't give you what you want through your intimidation tactics, Alex, because I saw the text messages and shit that you sent to Abby, you were trying to intimidate her, just like you were trying to intimidate me. And I'll show those this week. That is bullshit. And then you and Ann decided that you were going to be friends because Abby and Ann weren't friends anymore. That's bullshit too, Ann. Sorry, it is. It's just bullshit. It's absolute. Just be honest with yourselves. Just be honest with yourselves. There's no intention to keep the peace with each other. You, Alex, thought that you were going to come in and insert yourself into this bullshit because you thought you had something to say. It had nothing to do with you. Jenny, your live you did, it had nothing to do with you. Even if Abby was your friend, your best friend, right? That you said all over the world, all over fucking internet, bestie, she's my bestie, all that shit, right? Then that means what she told you privately is private, right?
This is not okay. This thing that was said here in this video, like just at least, and that's what I said. I even said it. You don't have to take the video down. At least just remove that section.
Alex, you had no say in anybody removing shit. But you got Marissa's video taken down through intimidation tactics with Marissa. And you got fucking Jenny to take down that one part about Abby that should have never been fucking public, right? Even though it's still in the video and other parts. You inserted yourself with intimidation to get this shit done, right? You weren't trying to keep the peace. Stop it.
Of what?
Of your live, that live video. That was the
Right,
very
but
first
what did you want removed?
And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Because the truth is, Anne, is that while you were in the hospital, right before you had that kumbaya moment, you were fucking messaging Marissa and asking her to make videos about Tierra while you were in the hospital. I mean, let's just be real here. Now, I'm glad that you're healthy and okay, and maybe now that you've come out of it, you feel differently, but I just don't agree. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. That's my opinion. I'm speaking my opinion right now. Because as I saw the text messages you sent to Marissa. By the way, Anne, I was the one who got Marissa not to make a video about Tierra because I thought it was shady. That's my opinion.
Just the thing that we're not supposed to talk about.
Okay, with Abby. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if you go back and watch that video, like that's what I requested essentially. And then I also requested that all parties involved just stop. Just stop.
And you may have been medicated and don't remember. Possibly. I don't know. I'm not you. I wasn't there. But I saw the messages and I think it's shady as fuck. It looked to me like you were trying to get Marissa to make videos about Tierra, about what happened between you and Alex a year prior to that. You can sit here and say this was months ago, but you were trying to get Marissa to make videos about Tierra. About Tierra and about Alex and the situation that happened over a year ago. Here's the thing, Anne. The reason what I told Marissa, because we're just going to be honest. What I told Marissa is, what the fuck does Anne have to gain? Nobody is running around the internet talking about you still using pills. Nobody is running around talking about you being a villain. People love you. So I didn't understand why Marissa would be your vessel to make a fucking video about Tierra and Alex. And that's the truth. I've seen the messages. You can act like maybe it's different now, Anne, okay? But then, especially when we were talking, all of our messages lined up. My messages lined up with Marissa, who lined up with Jenny. You kept talking about Alex, what Alex did to you, what Tara did to you. And it was a year ago. Now it's been a year and a half. Why somebody would make a video about that when nobody is talking about that is fucking insane to me. It's insane. That's my opinion. Yeah, but I read the messages. You kept going and you even gave her the go ahead. You said, yeah, make the video. That's what you did. And then, Anne, when you and I were talking in DMs and you came to me about with the Callista situation and we were cool or whatever, when I told you I had heard that you had been talking about me, you fucking blocked me and deleted all of your messages to me. And I was just being honest with you. Your actions don't line up. You are a very shady person. Or if you're trying to tell me that you're not, and you have reasons or explanations, it doesn't come off like that to several of us. Several of us. To me, it looks like you always want to be seen in a certain light, but you are doing things behind the scenes. That's my opinion. It just is what it is, Anne. You know, at some point, everybody, and I know you say you're not innocent. I appreciate that. None of us are. But like the thing is like, that's not the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. So help you God. Okay? It's just not. And I'm tired of it. I have seen all of it from all of you. All of it. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. And you need to stop talking about this shit too. And again, I'm not trying to silence anybody, but the way you talk about some certain things on your channel, dude, for people who like know you or had interactions with you, it seems shady. And that is the truth. Yes, but here's the thing, Anne. You were the first person when you and Abby had a falling out. You were the first person who spoke about it. You were the one who put it online. Were you not? Even if you did it in a roundabout way, were you not the person who did that? You did. And then you immediately blocked me and deleted all your messages to me as if I don't have those recorded. You did the same thing to Jenny. You did the same thing to Marissa. Now, why would you delete all your messages to people? Why? I don't understand. Now, I agree none of this should be online. And this is the first time I'm talking about it. But y'all have put it online. That's just my opinion, dude. That's just it. I don't know what to say. But I do also think that Jenny is self-serving. It's like a whole bunch of different fucking angles. And this all stems from two people who just decided not to be friends anymore. And you're right. None of that should have been online. None of it. Just because two people decided not to be friends. But it dragged in all of these people. You know, and people care. People care about you guys. Even if they're like upset with certain points, like I'm fucking super upset with Alex, but I care about her mental health and I'm not up here fucking putting her on a live stream. It's just so self-serving. Now I'm going to continue.
Because the thing is when I was talking to Anne and when I was talking to Abby, both of them, okay, you got to understand, these are two people that, as much as
you are correct. Abby did do a couple of vlogs about Anne. Absolutely. They both did. But from what I remember, Anne made the first video.
So I try to not.
But like, regardless of that shit, dude, like, I don't care. Like, even if I'm wrong, I will correct myself. I'll go back and look at, because I have it too. I have it all recorded and downloaded and all that shit too. I'll go back and look and then I'll correct myself. But this shit has to stop. It has to stop because it's very undeniable that you guys dragged in some people and shit. And then now here we are, where we got self-serving Jenny bringing on fucking someone who is not mentally well. I mean, it's too much.
Care about them. I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, Jenny, you are something else. So Jenny has, as we see in real time, made this unavailable for us to keep going. Jenny, if you don't have a problem with people and their opinions, why would you do that? Why would you do that, Jenny? So Jenny, obviously, as we have seen here in real time, has privated her stream, right? Because the thing is like Jenny just don't want any real criticism. She doesn't want any whatsoever. And she's going to private her stream so that we won't talk about it anymore. Well, Jenny, I'm not done. I have some other things to say that I'll get into this week. But if you're going to bring people on your panel, Jenny, and talk to them about this shit that should be private, but you don't want anybody else discussing it, right? You don't want to have your live chat going, nothing, right? Why wouldn't you just do it private? And you just proved my point, Jenny, that this shit should have been private. Right, Jenny? Why, are you scared of people's opinions? Are you? Are you going to get on your live stream and talk about how you're so fucking unbothered and shit like that and how we got it all wrong? Bullshit. You're fucking self-serving. You only care about yourself. You were also wrong in this situation. It's just ridiculous. But it was so important, right, Jenny? It was so important to you. You even said, we watched it. You said that it's so important to have this conversation publicly. That's what you said, Jenny. So what? It's just not important anymore because people have opinions. It's just not important anymore. It's ridiculous. Hi, Elena. Hi, Brooke. Anyways, I'm sorry. I was a little like on one today. Obviously, I did this after I got off work. I'm exhausted and all that shit, but I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of like watching Jenny and just, in my opinion, again, just so self-serving and just creating shit for people, involving herself in people, calling someone her best friend, but talking about her best friend's public shit. And I said a long time ago when all this stuff first happened, I told Abby and I told Marissa, I said, you shouldn't even talk to Jenny, dude. Like, why would you even trust her whatsoever? And that is very clear. It's very clear. But you guys want to put all this shit on the internet, and then when people talk about it, you want to private the stream? That's interesting. Well, anyways, I guess we are done for the evening. Jenny ruined our party. Thank you guys for coming. I just caught that, like I said, when I was getting off work, dude, and I just could not talk about it. I'm just like tired of it. The fact, like I said, again, that you brought on a mentally unwell woman on your fucking panel is so unethical. It's just gross, and people deserve the right to speak their piece. Yeah, like for real. Like, even though I have problems with some people, even in my chat, dude, we all have issues with each other, right? At some point. This is like some weird community that we're in, and you know, it just like human beings, we get upset at each other and all this shit, but I am tired of the crap. I'm so tired of it. And one thing I will not stand for is being unethical. That's disgusting to me, dude. That's not okay. It is not okay what you did today, Jenny. And since you came in my chat, Jenny, and you challenged me on my proofs, you always know I have the proofs, Jenny. So I'm going to go through all that. Since you private your stream, I'll go through all that when I get to it. Hopefully I'm going to try to be here Tuesday night. As you guys know, I have a lot of stuff going on, but I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. And also, like, everybody wants to talk about mental health and all this stuff, but a lot of you in this community, I would just ask you to really take a step back sometimes and honor when someone is really going through something, to not just fuck with them or keep it going and all that stuff, man. It's not okay. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a good night.